Hey, Mike Jackson here for Signcraft.com. It's your online guide to profitable and creative sign production. Hey, not too long ago we made another video for Signcraft.com, and it was about Perspective Crop Tool in Photoshop. And basically that tool is for squaring up images when you took them a little bit off angle. This is another variation of that, but it's quite a bit easier to do, and it's been in Photoshop forever. Basically, it's when you take a picture and you don't really quite get the horizon line level. This is a tool that will help you straighten that up. It's quick and easy to do. It's one of a whole bunch of little mini tools in Photoshop that everybody needs to learn. Once you understand it, you're going to use this one a lot. I have this old ghost sign I took in southern Wyoming, and you can see I got it pretty close when I took the shot, but it's a little bit off, right? And so one way of doing this would be to Control A or Command A and then get the move tool, and if you see that you get close to the corners, it changes to a rotation, so you can visually try to get it level, but that's hard to do a lot of times. So here's the way to do it. I'm going to Control D to deselect, Control D, and Control Z so it's back to normal again. Okay, and so the way you want to do this is we're going to use the rulers tool, and the rulers are usually under this eyedropper tool, and there's a couple ways of doing it. You just click on the eyedropper and look for the ruler tool that's in the menu. The other way to do it would be just to hold down the shift key and hit the letter I, and you'll see that it toggles around, so you can do that until you see it turn into a ruler key. Okay, and now to do this little project, you just click one time on a line that you know should be horizontal, click and release, and it's stored. That information is stored, and it's only not less than a degree probably. And so now I can go to Image, Image Rotation, Arbitrary. And you can see it's 0.47 of a degree. And all I'm going to do is click it. And now it leveled the bottom of that sign with that ruler entry. You can see it did a pretty good job. Now around the edges here I have to do some cropping to get rid of some of that. But, basically so all I'd have to do there would be to use the rectangular marquee tool, that's M, and I would just click and drag until I got what I want in there, and go Image, Crop. And so that's it pretty much. I'll do another one in a second, and you can see that it's one of those tools you use all the time. This is a completely different example, and it has nothing to do with the sign business, of course. But it will show you that it doesn't have to be something that you're trying to straighten the horizon. You can also use it to do something vertical if you'd like. In this case, on this ride in the Teton County Fair, you can see that I was just a little bit off of vertical. And so to do that, all I do is click the ruler tool, click one time on one of the edges that I know should be vertical, click and let go. Okay, now I go to Image, Image Rotation, and Arbitrary. Now you can see I was a little bit off by almost 2 degrees. Say OK. Now straighten that right up, and all I got to do is use the cropping tools in Photoshop. Let's see. Let's try to do a little different one. Image, and then I go Image, Crop, and there it is. In the last little clip, I used the rectangular marquee tool and pulled out a selection, and then I went up under Image, Crop, and that did mostly a visual crop on it. There is a crop tool that's in Photoshop, and it's C for crop, of course, and you can hold the shift key down and toggle through all the various kinds of slices and crops. So if I want to do a crop on this one, let's say, if I right mouse click on click C and then click, it's going to put these little corner handles and side handles and so forth. Let's just say I wanted to do this with some kind of constrained proportions, so all I do is right mouse click on the image, and I can bring this up at 2:3 or original ratio, of course. And let's just say, for example, on this one I want to do this for Instagram. I want to get it to a 1:1 ratio or square. Click that, it sets the general parameters there, and now I double click on it, and now I got a square. So you can see in a Control Z, I can go try a different ratio if I want to go 5:7, etc. You get the idea. Hit enter. So I'll bring it back to square here. I'll do that again. Square, adjustment, and now I'm ready to save it. Hey, check back here on Signcraft.com. I'm going to be adding quite a few of these little quick videos. If you're intimidated by Photoshop, you can certainly get a lot more by watching these videos, even than doing the tutorials I used to do in Signcraft itself. Pictures worth 1,000 words, now videos worth 1,000,000 words. And so check back. We'll